What's poppin', all stars? Welcome back to my channel. It's DAMNSHEJAMAICAN, your biggest and brightest shining star. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my natal chart. So basically, since I've been doing a lot of astrology videos, a lot of people have been asking me, you know, what planets I have in what sign, what house is this in, and all that. So I decided that if you guys are interested, it would be cool, you know, just for me to make my own video about my own birth chart before I get on, you know, like the famous celebrity people birth chart things, you know, on that page where they show you guys other celebrity placements. So I just decided to do my own before I blow up, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so basically I'm gonna be, oh, you guys can't see that. Okay, I'm gonna just do a screen recording. Okay, so basically I'm going to be talking about my placements, and I'm using tarot.com to do this. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so basically my sun sign, I'm gonna start with my sun sign. Now basically when they say what's your zodiac sign, they're talking about your sun sign. So okay, first I'm gonna start off when I was born. What am I doing? Okay, first I'm gonna start off by saying when I was born. So I was born April 30th, 1998 at 8:20 p.m. Okay, I was born in Montego Bay Coronal Regional Hospital in Jamaica. So that's where I was born. I was raised in Jamaica from the age of 10 until, yeah, till I was 10 years old. And then I moved to Seattle when I was 10, and then moved from there back and forth from the Bronx. And then I moved to Miami. And yeah, that's where I'm at now. So let's proceed. So my zodiac sign, aka my sun sign, is in Taurus. It is 10 degrees Taurus, and it is in the 6th house. Now my moon sign is 12 degrees Cancer, and it is in the 8th house. Now this is very important, you guys, because these degrees mean a lot in the birth chart. So when I say that I'm the biggest, brightest, shining star, that literally comes from my moon sign. The moon sign is who you are. So when you look up on constellationsofwords.com and you look up and you're trying to find your specific star, or what specific stars in the sky influence you the most, you should check your moon sign to see who you really are, you know, to see what energies you're really coming from. And my moon sign is 12 degree Cancer, and if you guys know, 12 degree Cancer is the Sirius star system. So it's the biggest, brightest star in our sky. So that's so dope. Like, I'm literally the brightest fucking star in the damn sky. So that's why I call myself the biggest, brightest, shining star in my video, and that's why I call you guys my all-stars, because I'm super into astrology, obviously. But yeah, it's really real. I'm not just calling myself that to boost my ego. It's really real. And if you want to learn, you know, your chart in a more deeper way, you can definitely look it up. But moon in Cancer in the 8th house, super emotional. My emotions fluctuate a lot. Like, I deal with depression a lot. Like, it's a very intense placement. The moon's very uncomfortable here. I literally made a specific video about the moon in the 8th house. So if you want to learn more about my moon placement, just go ahead and watch that. My Mercury is 14 degrees Aries in the 5th house. So basically, Mercury in the 5th house, Mercury rules your mind and what your mind's always on, the things you're always thinking about. So I'm always thinking about creative type things, you know, entertainment, how to entertain you guys, you know. My mind's always on my career, because it's very creative. So it kind of goes together. But yeah, and it's in Aries of the sign of like newness, you know, being a pioneer. So I'm always doing something new, or like I always have new visions for things, you know. I'm always like picking up on stuff. My analyzation skills are very fast, and I learn really fast. So my Venus is in Pisces, 26 degrees in the 4th house. And I love this placement because it conjuncts Jupiter in the 4th house. Literally, my Jupiter is also in Pisces in the 4th house at 19 degrees. So I really like this placement because it gives me a lot of experience in the home and in family when it comes to relationships and, you know, loving people and hurt and pain. Like I've gotten a lot of experience from it. And this is also where my South Node is at. So I've definitely learned a lot and still is able to learn a lot, you know, even in my past lives. Like I've gained a lot of experience from things in my past life. I'm only 20 years old, so a person that comes to that's very knowledgeable about relationships, domestic issues and stuff, it comes from coming from that naturally in our previous lifetimes. But also in this lifetime, I've been gifted with the ability to go through a lot of situations that I've been able to learn from in regards to love and relationships and family, and, you know, what it truly means to connect with people in a homely setting and how to really care for people's emotions and things that have to do with privacy. Like I have a lot of experience and love for things like that, and a lot of you guys have seen that on my channel, where I'm very open about, you know, private issues in my life. I'm not afraid to talk about it at all. So my Mars is 13 degrees in Taurus. So basically Mars rules like your sex drive, you know, your masculine energy, you know, your devotion, your drive, you know, like how you get up and do something every day. And my Mars is debilitated, so Mars doesn't like to be in Taurus. It's kind of really slow moving, you know. It's at home in Aries, and it likes to be in Scorpio. It rules those two signs. So having Mars in Taurus, which is opposite to Scorpio, it's like Taurus is like to really take its time to do things. Like, yeah, like if you pay attention to someone that has Mars in Aries, like they have so much energy to do everything. Like they'll just get up and do it. Like, but Mars and Taurus, we have to really think. We have to take our time. We gotta go eat first. We gotta go watch TV. We gotta go do this first. Then we gotta think about it first. We gotta talk about it with someone else before we can really get the courage within ourselves to do it on our own. So people with Mars and Taurus, it's important to know your chart, and it's important to know that you have this placement so that you're not always relying on an outer exterior in order to help you. You know, you gotta muster up that courage within yourself, because no one's gonna push you as hard as you can push yourself. But for the most part, it's in the 6th house of work. So having Mars in the 6th house is a good thing overall. It's just when it's in the sign of Taurus, it just slows it down a little bit. But you guys do, well, me, I have the ability to stick with something for the long haul. You know, that's the benefit of having Mars in Taurus. Like with YouTube, when I started it, you know, some people will start YouTube and they'll like give up after a certain while. I've been on YouTube for 2 years now, and you know, it's been a pretty good 2 years for me, and I just kept going no matter how I felt, how depressed I was or whatever. I just kept going. So this placement, definitely it will make you a hard worker, but with the Taurus, it'll just make you a little bit more practical on how you get, you know, your shit done. Like your shit needs to be professional at all times with this. You know, you're kind of a perfectionist with whatever you work on with Mars and Taurus. So it's important to understand that it's good that you want good quality for things, but you need to not procrastinate so much. I already said Jupiter was in Pisces. My Saturn is in Aries at 25 degrees in the 5th house. So basically Saturn in the 5th house, like Saturn brings limitations, boundaries, like structure in your life. Like, it teaches you a lot. Saturn is one of the greatest teachers besides Jupiter. You know, it teaches you about the things that you really need to learn as far as like being on earth and knowing your capabilities. So Saturn in Aries, for me, I've had to learn how to get over my ego, like how to build a good ego, you know, how to not self-doubt, you know, like how to and I'm still learning this, like especially when it comes to the 5th house type of things, like creative things, romance, just having fun, you know. And sometimes I'm a little bit too serious and fun. Like sometimes, like everything, like Saturn is work, and so if everything that's fun that I do in life is work. Like YouTube is fun, but it's still work. Like it's still like, oh, I can actually make money from this. Oh, I actually got to sit down and actually edit these videos. You know, I actually got to set up my camera. I got to draft out what I'm going to talk about. Like, it's fun, but it's still work. You know, like stripping, like that's fun because people go to turn up and have fun, drink, smoke, but it's still work. I'm still there to get money. So throughout my entire life, I've always dealt with like having to work and fun. Like when I'm around my friends and they're trying to, like right now, like my roommates are outside, they're playing spades, you know, they're playing card games and shit. We did that shit last night, so I'm just like, okay, I got shit to do now, so I'm just do this, and then when I'm done, then I'll go see what's up. They'll probably be done by then, but even then, like sometimes when I'm like focusing on YouTube or I'm writing a song or I'm focused on something, like I'm focused on that and I don't want to have fun. Like I don't want no one to distract me. Like I got shit to do, you know. Like I'd rather do my work now and then enjoy the fruits of labor later. But for the most part, yeah, it just makes me like kind of standoffish a little bit, kind of cold, not really know how to have fun, not know how to just, I'm really serious when it comes to romance. Like I'm not like I don't date. Like I don't like to date people. Like I think my time is very serious, and I think being able to just talk to me in real life, like you gotta be somebody fucking important. Like I'm not just gonna sit here and waste my time with just anybody. And also Saturn in the 5th house, like these people, they don't like to spend money on things that will, yeah, they have money. Like I don't know if everyone in the 5th house got money, but even if you have money, like it's hard for you to like buy things that's gonna, you know, just make you feel good. Like it's just, you really got to think about it. Like it takes time for you to really just be like, okay, I'm gonna spend this money, you know. Like say you're going to a carnival or something, you're like, fuck, I want some elephant ears, but damn, like, can somebody buy this shit for me? You know, like little shit like that. But for the most part, Saturn in the 5th house, that's my placement. Then I have Uranus and Neptune, which are the outer planets in Aquarius. So in the 3rd house, I'm gonna start with Uranus. Uranus is 12 degrees in the 3rd house, and it is so basically, because Uranus is an outer planet and has to deal with your generation. So basically, like my generational energy comes into the 3rd house. Like I'm able to like my close surroundings, like my community or people around me, like, you know, my texting habits, you know, like quick shit, like quick little information like that I give out, like, you know, quick trips down the road. Like I'm the type of person that, because Uranus is in Aquarius, I'm able to be able to like change and be adaptable to like unique ways of like expressing the world and like technology and shit. So my generation overall, we rule like being different, you know. You all the older people that's watching this video can attest to that. The younger generation, because we have Uranus in Aquarius, we're very radical, we're very changeable, we're independent people, we're unconventional. Like we do YouTube, like even if we don't see a check, we're still doing it because it's not for the money. Like, you know, like it's just because this is what our era is about. Like it's, you know, it's different, it's just levels to this. So then I have Neptune in Aquarius in the second house. So basically, I'm like, Neptune is like the higher octave of Venus. So Venus, but just like doped up a little bit more. So Neptune, I'm very spiritual, and I'm very like, and it's in the second house. So I get most of my money from creative things, you know, and even if you haven't manifested all of these energies in your life yet, just knowing your birth chart will help you to know where you're headed to. So for me, like, yeah, most of my money comes from music or like creative things, you know. That's why I became a dancer, because I knew that it was in my birth chart to like make money from being creative, you know, using my body in some way, you know, and just being me and expressing myself in that way. Whether it's from, ultimately I want to make music, obviously, by being a musician, but for the time being, like, I still try to resonate in my own energy, and that's where it's brought me to. Then I have Pluto in Sagittarius, 7 degrees in the first house. So Pluto in the first house, I made a whole video about this because this placement is fucking insane. But as you can see, Pluto in the first house, I like to wear all black. I'm always wearing black. Like, there's never a day when I'm not wearing black. Like, I have to force myself not to wear black. So it kind of gives you like the Scorpio rising kind of vibes. We're very intense people, deep, penetrating gaze, very sexual. We just have a sexual aura about us, you know. Yeah, we're kind of deep, we're very intense, kind of secretive kind of people, you know. We come off like, a lot of celebrities have this placement. Beyonce and Jay-Z have this placement, you know. A lot of people in power have this placement. It just shows a lot of power, and it's right on your ascendant. Pluto is literally in my first house, but it's in Sagittarius, so it kind of simmers it down, and it makes me have a Sagittarius rising. So that just makes everything like more fun, more creative, more expressive, you know. A person that's a dreamer, a person that has a goal and they're gonna get to it, especially with Pluto there. Pluto's gonna make sure that whatever I want to be in life, I have no choice but to do it. So it's like, yeah, it's very intense. Like, Pluto be on my ass, nigga. Like, it's not even funny. Plus I have Moon in the 8th house, so it kind of like, it's like a double whammy. Like, this plutonic energy, it's a lot. Like, I deal with it a lot. So yeah, that's pretty much it, you know. I don't want to go into like my major aspects and stuff. I can run them out, and then you guys can pick it apart later in the future or whatever. But I have Sun square Uranus, Sun sextile Moon, Sun conjunct Mars, Sun trine midheaven, Sun quincunx Pluto, Moon square Mercury, Moon quincunx Uranus, Moon sextile Mars, Moon sextile midheaven, Moon trine Jupiter, Moon sextile Uranus, Moon trine Pluto, Mercury trine Pluto, Venus sextile Neptune, Mars square Uranus, Mars trine midheaven, Mars sextile Jupiter, Saturn square Neptune, Uranus sextile Pluto, Neptune sextile ascendant, Neptune sextile Pluto, Pluto conjunct ascendant, Pluto square midheaven, and also they forgot Saturn conjunct Mercury. So yeah, and my north node is in the 10th house, my south node is in the 5th house. So my north node basically is like where I'm headed in life, you know, the energies that I'm supposed to work on. That's gonna feel uncomfortable, but the more you go towards it is the more happiness you'll feel, and that's where your life path is. So having it in the 10th house in the sign of Virgo means that I need to be focused on my career, you know, focused on my status, focused on how people see me, you know, showing up every day on social media. Like, yeah, that, like, becoming famous, like, that's my life path. So if you guys doubt me, nigga, don't, because, well, you can, actually you can, but I have this placement and I have Pluto in the first house, so it's just like, it's inevitable, bitch. I'm gonna be the biggest, brightest, shining star. One day, you guys will see. It's going to manifest itself, literally. So, yeah, like, that's my natal chart. You know, that's a little bit of it. I hope you guys liked this video, found it helpful. You know, hopefully you learned something about yourself and how to read your own chart as well. If you want more videos about any kind of topic relating to astrology or any other videos you just want to see me do personally, go ahead and comment that down below. Make sure you smash the motherfucking like button if you like this video, and thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you for clicking the notification bell so you know exactly when I upload a video. And I will see you in another one. Mwah. Peace. I'm the one that makes it rain better.